I've been thinking about this for a while. How to share a review of a mom and pop restaurant experience that I had where I actually did have allergic reaction. And yeah, so here I am making this video. So thank you for joining me here at Grateful Reviews by Tiff, where I review foods that I get to enjoy that are allergy friendly for me, pertaining to my allergies, and then I also review books and just some other things. So with that said, I was very excited to share a review of a restaurant when I went to visit my mom back in Miami. And this restaurant, like, I've actually loved this restaurant. The thing is, though, I always get the same thing. And so I don't even really want to say what it is because this is a small business, and I should say, in all fairness to them, I didn't explicitly say that I have allergies to certain foods. So I don't always, when I go to restaurants, say that, because sometimes it's like, even if I do, the education by the staff on what that actually means doesn't necessarily translate to oh, it's gonna be cooked separately or in a separate kitchen, because in a separate kitchen it's not even always possible, but or it's gonna be cooked separately, or hey, just so you know, this is cooked in oil that's made with cooked with other foods that I can't have, right? So at this time I didn't tell them that I've never told them that I have an allergy. It's just that I was gonna try something that I didn't think would have foods that would affect me. So I asked them, like, does this food contain wheat and or any gluten containing products? And they said no, and it was chicken, and so they said it was flash fried. And I was like, okay. And the way that they make this chicken is typically flash fried. I didn't think to say if this so I will just say it was an island restaurant. You can try to guess from there, which suspense, I guess, but that's not really what I'm trying to do. It's just that I don't want it to get narrowed down too much, and then this restaurant, it would just be, it's just no point. So I didn't ask if it contained any like coconut products, which I can't really have coconut, which in an island restaurant, that's why it says island restaurant, like that's very prominent. So I don't really know what it contained. I just know that I was recording a video to share with you guys of me eating this food because I love this restaurant. I was a little bummed that my favorite dish wasn't available because they sold out. And so, like, I was eating it, and then I was thinking, my chest is getting kind of tight. And whether you have an allergy experience or not, sometimes there's like this misconception that I've learned from just gaslighting myself, that if it's not anaphylaxis, then it's nothing, and that's not really true. So I was kind of feeling like asthmatic, and I was like, my chest was kind of tight. I was getting a little wheezy, like, while I was recording this video. I had only eaten like a couple of bites, and I was just like, yeah, maybe it's just because I'm outside and I haven't been back to Miami in a while. Maybe it's that. But then I was like, I'm gonna stop eating for a second and just sit with this. So I stopped eating. I went in the house because I was getting I've had so many experiences that have ended me up in the hospital that sometimes now when I eat certain foods, if I am having a reaction, I also start having a lot of anxiety associated with it. And so sometimes I have to sit and just be like, is this anxiety, or is this an actual reaction? And sometimes I only know because time will tell. Which sounds crazy when I say that out loud. So anyways, yeah, I ended up having a reaction. Found out it was a reaction because after that, then I started getting itchy. My face started breaking out. I looked back at the video, and as I was recording the video, when I first started recording the video, my skin was a little oily because I had been traveling, and I had like a little red dot right here. It was like an enlarged pore, but it wasn't like a pimple. And by the end of the video, which was like 10 minutes later, I had like that red dot was like bigger right here, and I had like a splotch right here, and a splotch right here, and then my pores looked bigger, and my face was oilier, and I was just like, wow, that's crazy. Because like as I was making the video, I was thinking like, is this real? But then like looking back at the video, like I could see my actual face changing. So then after that, also I ended up getting like some blisters on the roof of my mouth, and I didn't take any. I took Motrin and Benadryl. I always have Benadryl, so I took like Benadryl, but I didn't take like a full dosage. I took half a dose because I didn't really think it was an allergic reaction at that moment. Until later when I got the blisters, and I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, at the moment of just like having tightness in my chest and just like hard to breathe. I wouldn't say shortness of breath. It was just like it was more difficult to breathe. Like it felt like I was about to have an asthma attack. And so at that time, that's when I took the medication. But then like the next day, like, yeah, I had the blister in my mouth, and that was pretty much it. Thankfully, like, you know, I just was like, I'm not gonna eat this food. I wanted to eat it because I didn't want to just throw it away, but like, because my whole like to-go plate was still there. I hadn't even eaten a fifth of the food, and I was just like, dang. So I was like, let me see if I was, you know, if it really was this. So I tried to take a bite again, and as soon as I took a bite, I was like, yeah, this is what it was. So I threw the whole thing away, and I was so disappointed, and I was kind of sad, and I was just like, this sucks. So I don't know, like if I go back to Miami, like I guess I'll eat there, but I'll go back to my True Blue menu item, and I'll be more specific and let them know. Like, it's just when you have multiple allergies, sometimes the discomfort and just having to like ask people all the things that they have in the food will outweigh like your actual need to know, and at least for me. And so sometimes like I'll just gamble it, and that's not smart, it's not safe, but at the same time, do you really want to deal with, you know, servers or even owners, if it's like, depending on the restaurant, that are like, you know, huffing and puffing because you're asking what the food contains. So that was that experience. Like I said, I'm not going to share the restaurant just because I did not explicitly tell them that I have allergies to certain foods. I just asked about one of my allergies, which is kind of prominent in a lot of foods, which is gluten containing products. So that's that. We all, I guess, just got to figure out a way to be encouraged to push past like the discomfort that comes from, or at least for myself, I don't know if you ever feel like this, but for myself, I have to figure out how to push past that discomfort and really just like self-advocate, but like not to be a jerk or be like, I can't eat this, you know what I mean? But like to be like, hey, I really can't eat this. So I don't know if you have any suggestions of what you've done and still garnished a response from, you know, a positive response from those that are serving you the food. Please drop that below. If you've had any negative experiences, drop that below too, so we can just like validate it. You know, no one's trying to be like a turd when you're at a restaurant, or you shouldn't be trying to be a turd. But you know, I don't know. If you look at my purse right now, I have Benadryl, I have EpiPen, I have an inhaler, I also have ibuprofen. Like, I don't want to always have to carry those things, you know? So, whatever. Thank you for joining me at Grateful Reviews by Tiff. Till next time.